As we said, it's voting. Today is Election Day. Let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez with this morning's headlines. Busy morning in the news world today, right, Elizabeth?
Yes, very busy. Happy Tuesday, happy Election Day, folks. Voting now underway here in New Mexico. The polls opened at 7 a.m. just about an hour ago, and polls across the country are open or just about to, with the White House hanging in the balance. Our Doug Luzader has the story this morning from Washington.
A lot of confidence for the Obama campaign this morning. Campaign travel for the president has stopped. Mitt Romney, though, has added 2 states to his schedule today, Ohio and Pennsylvania. Voters have already wrapped up their day in tiny Dixville Notch, as tradition dictates, one of 2 New Hampshire towns that cast the very first votes. And the verdict may foretell a very long day.
We have a tie, 5 votes each.
And national polls show that's how the race is shaping up. Although after a final stop yesterday in Iowa, the Obama campaign seems supremely confident that they have this all wrapped up, that the electoral map favors them. No need to travel today. The president plans to play basketball with friends.
It all comes down to you. It's out of my hands now. It's in yours.
Mitt Romney made what was supposed to be his final stop yesterday in New Hampshire before an enormous crowd where his campaign for president began.
If there's anyone who wonders whether better jobs and better paychecks are things of the past, I have a clear and unequivocal message. With the right leadership, America is going to come roaring back.
The impact of early voting will be something to watch today. Millions of Americans have already committed to their candidates, but most people will still vote in person today. And both the president and Mitt Romney took to Monday Night Football last night to make closing arguments.
In politics, it's not winning elections. It's making sure that you're delivering for the folks who sent you.
I came away at the end of the day, instead of being exhausted, I had a hard time falling asleep.
And even with the end now in sight, both of them are in for a very long day. Now, national polls continue to show that this race is very, very tight, raising the possibility again that we could have one candidate win the popular vote and the other win the Electoral College. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
And closer to home, the race most people in New Mexico are watching is the one for the U.S. Senate between Martin Heinrich and Heather Wilson. Both candidates are doing one last push to get the vote out today. Yesterday, Martin Heinrich was at UNM and Heather Wilson was at her campaign headquarters here in Albuquerque trying to win over last-minute voters. And our election expert Gabe Sanchez tells us at this point, these rallies really don't do a whole lot.
Folks have pretty much made their mind up. If they haven't voted yet, it's not likely that they're going to change their mind here in the wee hours.
Now, most polls show Martin Heinrich has a pretty good lead over Heather Wilson, but she says her internal polls show the race is pretty much tied. And in the race for the U.S. House, polls also show Michelle Lujan Grisham is far ahead of her opponent, Janice Arnold-Jones. The two were trying to get last-minute votes in Albuquerque yesterday. Lujan Grisham was at UNM with Martin Heinrich, and Arnold-Jones was campaigning with Heather Wilson at her headquarters yesterday. In other news this morning, state officials say they have identified at least 4 other employees with the Department of Transportation who may have been stealing gas for their own personal use. Last month, we told you about how former shop foreman Daniel Glass was charged with using state-issued gas cards to fill up private cars. Well, now News 13 has learned that a fuel truck operator was busted just last week for filling up personal cars at a state fuel office. And officials think 2 other employees have been doing the same thing.
We've had employees at various district offices who reported to their supervisors that they've seen some suspicious activities among their coworkers, and they call those in, and that begins a review right there.
One of the 4 state employees is still under investigation. The other 2 are in the process of being fired, we're told. The state says it will continue random audits and reviews of the department. The debate about how much you'll pay to go to the zoo in Albuquerque is finally over. Last night, the city council decided to drop ticket prices. The battle with ticket prices has been going on for the past few months since Mayor R.J. Berry raised prices to help raise money to fix up the zoo. Some city councilors didn't like the price hike, so the mayor's spokesperson said that he was okay with the new prices, and those are the new prices right there. Adults will now pay $9, kids will pay $4, and seniors will pay $4.50. By the way, out-of-state guests will pay $12 to go to the zoo. Numbers are in, and Balloon Fiesta attendance was down about 20,000 people this year. Numbers out show 714,000 people from 19 countries went to the 9-day event. That is actually down from 737,000 last year. Organizers blame the drop on weather. The wind, rain, and lightning forced some popular events to cancel. And that wraps it up for your Tuesday morning headlines. Be sure to catch Matt, Kristen, and myself every weekday morning on KRQE News 13, beginning at 4:30 a.m. Ladies, going to send it back to you on this busy Tuesday morning.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I love how patriotic you look today. Thank you for that.
Oh, I got the blue going on today. We'll see. Maybe I'll wear red tomorrow. I don't know. Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, keep it even. Keep it even. Well, you might have some very good news to report. Who knows? I guess this is what I think. No matter what the news is, we all have to come together. We are a united states of America, and whether or not the choice you make is the choice that is done, support the person who is voted for, and remember that we have to come together and stand behind everything. But in the meantime, let your voice be heard.